folks. We're proud to have him back on the show. He is Geek Hard's guest of the year. Welcome back, Praneet Akilla.
Thank you so much for having me back again. Really appreciate this award. It was very unexpected and completely caught me a little off guard when my agents told me about it. But I'm very flattered, and you guys have been supporting me since the beginning of my journey. Really, I mean, ever since October Faction came out, you've been so generous with your time and energy, and I always just have a blast talking to both of you. So really means a lot. So thank you.
Well, look at this mutual admiration society we got going on.
I know.
So it's just the love. That's all it is. It's just love.
Yeah, exactly.
It's usually it's us talking about how much we love our guests, but this is refreshing. I'm appreciating this to start off with. Praneet, this is again another reason why we give you this honor, right? Because you give us the proper amount of praise, so we appreciate that as well.
No worries. I will be giving you. I have an award next year for both of you.
Oh, well, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, you're both nominated, by the way. You're both nominated already.
Fantastic.
On the short list. Yeah.
Online radio shows that occasionally you have to make time for to do interviews. Perfect. There we go. We're in that category. There we go. Oh, man. But one thing we did talk about last time you were here, you were very excited at the time because the first 2 episodes of Rings of Power had just dropped, and you had your perfect optimization on your TV.
Yes.
Did the rest of the series live up to your expectations?
Ooh. No. Incredibly sad and disappointed. Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, I'm just reliving. I'm getting PTSD now again. I thought I shelved it. Yeah, what a disappointment, huh? I mean, I think I'm still gonna watch season 2. I feel like I think the biggest thing that I realized from it is ultimately story and characters are king, and it doesn't matter the big budget. None of that really matters unless you connect with the characters. And I don't know. I felt like it was a little cold. I felt like I wasn't really rooting for anybody. And I think instantly that kind of takes you out of any story, I feel like,
Yeah, I can, honestly, I can see where you're coming from on that, Praneet, because it's not like there was one standout character that you could sink your teeth into like we normally would when you're in a project, that we're always rooting for your characters, right? So that was what was wrong with
that was what exactly I was just gonna say that if I just had more of me in it, I would have really that's where they really screwed the ball. I don't know.
It was a Praneetless show, and it really suffered from it. It did.
So if killerless show.
So for the producers and the directors,
that was a joke. I'm not a narcissist. That was a joke.
I like how you covered your bases.
Yeah. Please, yes, yeah.
To be fair, sometimes you just still have to say stuff like that because you never know who's going to take it out of.
This guest of the year is a real asshole. It's just,
but that's the one thing I do find kind of sad these days about comedy. Is that you sometimes do have to throw out those disclaimers, and it's like, you should just be listening and realize we're making a joke here, but you listeners, I know you get it. I know you get that we're making a joke here, and we don't have to explain it to you.
No. This is just my foolproof method now. I've just
of course.
I've built it in. I've got the PR person in my ear giving all that advice, all that stuff. So it's built in now and into my firmware.
There you go. So if you ever get with one of the bigs where they have the snipers out, you'll be already ready. They won't have to worry about you. Yeah.
I'm cancel proof. I have proofed my. Yeah.
There you go. Oh my God.
Well, I got to ask then, Praneet, because there's no way anybody would cancel you with that glorious mustache that you're rocking there. What's the story behind it? Is this for a role or
it's for something coming up? Yeah. It's for something coming up. I can't disclose, but. Remember, I think I was having a conversation with you both about, playing more mature characters, finally using my genetics for purposes, and I was like, I can't, enough with the shaving isn't, I just can't play 19-year-olds anymore. I think I've officially aged out of them. So I think New Frontiers, this takes place in the 70s,
Ah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you also have been packing on the muscle for
Mm,
it, and I've had to diet
mm.
in that unfortunate way. And on Twitter, you cursed Kumail Nanjiani for now making everybody think, oh, we can all be buff stars. Yeah.
Unattainable standards. I blame him. It's toxic and it's manipulative and it's borderline psychotic, really.
Oh my God.
He just came out there with those shirtless pictures and made us all look terrible. But it's one of those things where I wonder. Yeah, it's funny. I was looking at a picture of Harrison Ford in the 80s in like the Indiana Jones movies when he was like shirtless, and I was like, that's a natural fitness. Like he's lean.
Right.
He looks like a normal human man.
Yeah, it's attainable. Yeah.
It's attainable. But now it's like, all these ridiculously, steroided, I'll say it, it's the truth, bodies are just setting this completely ridiculous standard. But, I think it's one of those things where it forces me to at least be disciplined and healthy every day. I find it's easier to have a goal. Chewing, I hate it. Chewing, here's the thing. I'm 90% vegetarian. Like I grew up vegetarian my whole life,
Right.
and so you're asking a vegetarian to suddenly start chewing a bunch of chicken breast, and just the thought. And I'm not one of those people. Like I don't judge anybody else. Like I'm just vegetarian just because I grew up that way. I don't have any other motives other than that. And so like I'm eating all this chicken and it's just like I can't help. I'm like there's flesh in my teeth. Like I just can't help that.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I have to like really this is an exercise on its own. I'm getting a jaw workout each time. But yeah,
Oh,
I find it helps. Like I was obviously a little tongue in cheek about it, but I think it always helps that there's some sort of goal. I find it's very hard. I don't have much motivation just to kind of go outside myself. Like I'll stay healthy, I'll stay in shape kind of thing, but like putting in that much effort for a role, at least that's like, okay, like there's something that I'm working towards. So,
Now you're not skipping leg day, are you?
I might be. My trainer will kill me for saying that.
Yeah,
but
that may come back to haunt you in the end.
I know. No, I have not been actually. Today was leg day, so I did a lot of legs today. Yeah. I won't be able to walk tomorrow, but that's
That was always I would look forward to leg day when I did it. Because because I'm a big dude, I have really strong legs.
But
So
you wouldn't look forward to the day after, would you?
no, it's not too bad because like I said, I have strong legs. It's the upper body that I always struggled with.
interesting.
I'm the reverse. So
yeah. It's the what they say, it burns. Like that's how you actually get rid of body fat is leg day, because it burns the most calories. Because I used to think, I'm like, they're not going to see my like what do I don't really have anything to gain by having thick calves, really.
I don't know. The ladies like the thick calves, man.
This is true. So I've heard. Yeah, but I mean, but my trainer's like, it burns a lot of calories, or that's his way of at least seducing me into doing leg day. I have no idea. Yeah.
I think that's the more likely answer. Yeah.
That's actually, I think getting you to do leg day is, I think, page 24 of the Art of Seduction. That's the.
It's part of the artist's journey.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, speaking of artists, of course, you even before you got into acting, you've always had like a creative mind. You've enjoyed that stuff. And a recent tweet revealed that on your 15th birthday, you made family and friends watch you perform High School Musical 2 in its entirety.
And here's the thing, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be sort of cool if I was like ironic about it. If I like, I was just like, oh, this is really funny. I should do this because it's really funny. But no. I was very serious. And keep in mind, like a lot of my friends at that party weren't like musical theater nerds. Like they were like people on the football team. Like I was luckily I had like a good diverse group of friends. Like I wasn't like I had people on the football team that I was friends with, and then some theater people and like comic nerds, and like it was an eclectic group of people, and so you can imagine all of them there, and and my sister announcing me, and then I'm doing full songs, fully serious too, like really looking for their validation, like very much, and the video does exist. People have asked for it. Maybe when I gather the courage, many years from now, I will post it on Twitter.
You just got to drop some clips. You don't have to put the whole thing, just some clips.
Maybe some 10 seconds teasers. Yeah.
Hey, you can even start off with just like a freeze frame, just to be like this happened.
Okay. Yeah.
See if you can build yourself up to it, right?
I'll post some singing stuff. I'm proud of my singing. I don't. The dancing part is a little. Little cringy. Yeah.
So this
Maybe I'll start with that.
Complete floor show. Okay. All right.
I mean, listen. I hosted I did like a Beyblade tournament for one of my birthdays as well. I hosted a full Beyblade tournament, and I had my grandpa follow me around with a video camera. And I'm like introducing the tournament, and like I made like posters with the tiered like bracket system, and I had I bought a bunch of Beyblade stadiums from Chinatown, like the cool ones that they just get imported right from Japan, and I literally like placed them in different parts of my parents' basement, and it's a whole thing. Like,
did you commentate the matches?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all there. It's kind of scary because people are like, oh, like, did you always know you wanted to be an actor and stuff? And it's like, I literally have video evidence of my just my narcissism and just like, oh god, I couldn't shut up, just like constantly this, and so performative about everything, and I can see why I ended up here, but.
Yeah, well, it got you to the right place eventually. Perfect, man. That's awesome.
And Praneet, this video also still exists to this day?
It very much exists. Yes, I have it. It's on my phone right now, actually. Maybe I should post that instead. That one's like a little more cute. That one's a little more cute because I'm like a kid.
Yeah.
Right, the 15, you're 15. It's not cool anymore. Like, you're 15.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're a good singer, so it's not the worst, right? So
yeah. Sure.
The content is High School Musical 2, which has a very specific audience.
Exactly. So
there you go.
Captured the zeitgeist in a way that no other musical has in a long time. So
There you go.
Yeah,
that was a little bit after my time. So
are you guys musical fans? Do you guys like musicals in general at all, or no?
I appreciate musicals in the sense of like everything that they do on stage. That I can watch a musical and be like, wow, that was a performance and everything.
Yeah, like live theater.
Yeah, exactly. Like live theater. I don't necessarily go out of my way to see them because when I was in high school, I was in community theater. So I got my fill of musicals then because, well, community theater, it's one thing to go to a high school play. Community theater, sometimes they cast everybody, and it's like, sometimes when you're seeing a 50-year-old man bare their soul singing as Jean Valjean, it's just like, you know what? I'm good. I know there's really good stuff out there. I'm seeing the lower end.
Yeah. Community theaters they're fascinating. They're like a petri dish of just like different test subjects and different types of characters. Community theater,
environmental microcosm, definitely.
Oh, it's incredible because you've just got these people, like, everybody's insecurities are just out there, like you've got people that think they could have been a star, and and just the way they interact with people, and then there's a little jealousy and stuff. It's funny, like, I'm developing a show about it behind the scenes. It's something that I'm really, really passionate about, and I'm like, we have a script, and we've got like a little pitch deck and everything. And
oh, that's awesome, because the comedy of the politics of community theater is just...
Oh my God. I mean, you've got an Office style show just in that space.
Exactly, man.
Already, So, but yeah, definitely. It's something I'm really, because I grew up in those spaces, and that's what, I was able to meet people, as you said, like, you've got 50-year-olds, and then you've got like 9-year-olds all in one place. And so you see the spectrum of everything. And I hold it really sacred to my heart. Actually, I really, I think they're so invaluable, especially a good place for like kids to just like, I don't know, do other things, like and not get into trouble.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
Yeah.
teamwork, right? It's like sports, theater. You know, it's all the same.
Well,
course,
and of course, like, well, I had a friend. I didn't do musical theater, like community theater, like Andrew did, but I had a friend who was in community theater, and it was just an interesting experience being his friend during those time periods. You know, but I just because of the kind of like the weird stories
Dynamics.
and the attitudes that would come out of that, because you're working in an environment as a young child, and then they're
Yeah.
like building you up, which is great. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
working with adults, but then sometimes it's, you know, it's
But
kind
the
of
funniest part is the 50-year-old being jealous of the 9-year-old. Like that's
Right.
what's
Oh
hilarious
yeah,
to me.
he's
Like
getting
that's
more
it's
stage time than me. What
oh
the
my
hell?
god, it is the funniest. I just find it hilarious, just that because I've seen it, and and it's just like it's so heartbreaking, but it's just so freaking hilarious as well.
Very
But,
funny.
Oh.
Yeah, my God. I think you got a winner here. I definitely think you should
Yeah.
continue developing that.
Absolutely.
Done.
That
And
sounds
and
done.
we
fun.
and we will gladly watch it and talk to you about it. Absolutely. You know, because
100%.
you know, we've seen, you know, behind the scenes stuff like that, but I think what you're talking about here would be awesome.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. No, I can't wait. There's another additional twist to it, but I'll save that for.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you can't give it all away. You can't give it all away.
It's been a long time since Waiting for Guffman, so we need something.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I'll actually, what am I can give it a little bit. I think it's for me. Like I learned singing from my Hindu priest,
Oh, okay.
right? So, and he was like a fresh immigrant. Like he literally right off the boat, like from India, took over this temple in small town Alberta, and you know, and he's like the staunch representative of the small Hindu community that was there. But you know, at the same time, he had like West Side Story on a cassette tape, and he like taught me to sing both Western music and Indian classical music. And so here I am, like many years later, and I'm the same age he was when he taught me, right? And I was just like, it's so interesting because I'm living like a surrogate life, like I'm living his life if he just like quit the temple and like pursued his passions. And so then it got me thinking like, oh, what if this is a show about this Hindu priest who like, you know, he's on this line of lineage of incredible priesthood, and he's like he's the first one out to Canada, and then all of a sudden he's like Rocky Horror Picture Show. And you know, and then what happens to his whole life, and you know, when they see him in tights like dancing up there with, you know, mascara and like wigs on and stuff. And so that's sort of the premise of the show. But
That's a great premise. Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that go somewhere. That sounds like it's gonna be a good one, definitely.
Well, and like Andrew said, like Waiting for Guffman, what you're describing sounds not so much that kind of farcical, satirical look that they're talking about. Like it's just seems like it's more of like a heartwarming comedy. Like
yeah, it's more in the tone of like Rummy, I would say, like the Hulu show, more in that tone. But we're still playing around with it. Like in fact, I'm actually pitching to some broadcasters and stuff this week.
Nice.
At a conference and stuff. So like it's very much in active development. I think yeah, we're still playing around with so much of it. I think development is such a long you know, marathon of a thing is what I'm realizing now, and I think yeah, got to be patient with it. But you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely got to be patient with it, man.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming back on the program, Praneet.
Thank
it's
you,
always
guys.
a pleasure to see you. We had a great interview with you last year, as we usually do, and we've had a great interview with you again as our guest of the year.
Listen, guys, yeah, seriously, I that means a lot. I think it can be a lonely journey, this whole experience, specifically for someone like me who like kind of came out into it with, like out of left field. And when I first got introduced to the show, and then I've been a fan ever since, listening to Humberly. Like I'm a huge fan of Humberly too. I know that she was also nominated as well. And so like I'm just glad to be included in the company of those fantastic performers. And I really want to thank you for all your support. It absolutely means the world. Thank you.
Hey man, we'll keep on supporting. We like what you do, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm coming back every time.
Yeah, and we like what you're doing with that stash, sir.
Absolutely.
You're pulling it off. You're pulling it off. There
Thank you.
go.
Thank you. I've had so many meetings earlier today. I've just been like weirdly like covering it up as if like because I want to like hide it.
So
And I'm
be
just
proud
like,
of that stash.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
You put that on full display, right? Maybe you know what? Maybe next year the stash could be nominated for guest of the year, Andrew. There we go.
That's true. Yeah. It did a great job today. It did.
Yeah, listen, it created a whole new category is what it did. That's what
There you go.
Yeah.
Best facial hair. Perfect.
Yeah, we'll have to do best facial
I'm gonna give
hair.
you both an award for best recognition of facial hair.
Oh my God,
year.
that is such a specific honor.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
know.
very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. No worries. No worries. Nominated already on the short list. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have yourself a great night.
All right. Take care, guys.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks, Praneet.
Bye.